channel, Code with Fernando. In this video, we are going to continue with part 2, Module 5, Reactive Error Handling and Termination. So this is going to be part 2. Okay, fallback patterns in reactive streams. We know errors are part of any system. How you handle define system resilience. Okay, Project Reactor offers powerful operators to help recover and respond without breaking the stream. Okay, common fallback tools. Let's say that we have three families of tools. The first one is recover from errors. We have onErrorResume and onErrorReturn. Then we have log or react to errors. In that family, we have do onError. Okay. Finally, we have retry logic. Retry and retry when. Okay. We are going to see each pattern in great detail and, of course, a code demonstration of those patterns. These patterns keep your pipelines robust, responsive, and user-friendly, even under failure. Okay, let's continue with the first one, onErrorResume. Switching to an alternative stream. onErrorResume is used to recover from a failure by replacing the failed stream with a new one. Okay, so we are going to replace the stream which is failing with a new one. Okay, how it works? It catches the onError signal, then provides a fallback publisher to continue the stream. Then, finally, it keeps the pipeline alive and non-break. Okay, and some use cases examples replace failed network call with catch data, return a backup source if the primary service is down, graceful degradation, should default content instead of error. Okay, so let's continue our code example. Okay, let's continue with our code demonstration. First, let's create our failing main source. Okay, so this will be our failing main source. Okay, for example, a remote API. So this would be a flags of a string. Let's call this main book service. Main book service be a flags the string of type string. Okay, this will return a new runtime exception. Okay, I think this is ever great. So in here, we're just going to print remote service down. Okay, then what do we do? Our fallback data, because remember that we need our fallback stream to return. Okay, let's create our classic sample of books. String, this will be our fallback. Let's call it fallback books. Okay, for just book 1, book 2, and finally book 3. Book 3. Okay, then what do we need? We need to okay, onError. Okay, so we need to use onErrorResume. Okay, so what do we do? How do we do that? Okay, let's flags. It will be type string. Okay, let's call this book stream. Okay, let's take the main book service. Okay, then onErrorResume. Okay, in here, what do? We are going to print. Okay, here we are going to print the error occur. Okay, I think it's occur. Okay, great. Error occur, and we are going to print the error message. Okay, then it's going to print switching because we are going to switch. Okay, switching to fallback book list to fallback. Okay, to fallback. Okay, switching to fallbacks books. Okay, and we are going to be fallback books. Great. So we know that nothing happens unless you subscribe. So we need to subscribe in here. We need to subscribe and print the result. So how do we do this? Let's take our book stream subscribe, yes, usually. Then we have access to our book. Okay, so in here we are going to print. I think I'm gonna make a space in here. Yeah, so much. I don't like that. Okay, let's make it like this. Okay, in here we're going to print receive, and we are going to print a book. Then we are going to print the error. Final error. In here, you're gonna get the message. Okay, and finally, the final message. Okay, it's called the book stream completed. That's it. So let's see what's going on here. Our main book service. Okay, our main book service fails. Okay, this one fails immediately, and it's emitting an error. Okay, this is the error. Okay, and onErrorResume catches the error, locks the error, and switches to fallback books. Okay, catches the error, locks the error, and switch to fallback books. Okay, finally, the subscriber receives, he gets the error, I'm sorry, he gets the books, the fallback, and print the book. So let's see this in action. Great. Error occur, yes. We have seen this message error occur. Switching to fallbacks, yes. Then it returns fallbacks books. That's why we receive book 1, book 2, book 3, and finally, because we don't see any error here anymore, that's why we see book stream completed, this one. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's continue with onErrorReturn. Return a fallback value. onErrorReturn provides a simple fallback mechanism, and when error occurs, it emits a default value and completes the stream. Okay, that's the main difference. It emits a default value and completes the stream. So how it works? Replaces the error with a single fallback value, no retry or recovery stream, just a quick exit with a value. The stream is then complete normally. Use case examples. Return a default response when a network call fails. Provide a safe fallback when parsing or conversion fails. Avoid showing an error to the user in non-critical situations. Okay, let's continue with our code demonstration. First of all, let's create our failing main source. Okay, this is our failing main source. Okay, as usual, it will be flux step string. Okay, let's call this book service flux. Okay, string ever new interception, and here this print fail to load books, something like that. Okay. Then what do we need? We need to use onErrorReturn. Use onErrorReturn. Okay, so how do we do this? Let's go flux string. Okay, let's call this save book stream. Let's call this book service onErrorResume. I'm sorry, onErrorReturn. return. So in here we are going to return just a default value, default book, and this one will be please. No, I'm here. Please try again later. Simple as that. Okay, finally, we know that nothing happens unless you subscribe. Subscribe and print and the result. So how do we do this? Let's take the save book stream. Let's subscribe. Then book, spring receive, like that receive, and print the book. Okay, and comma here. Let's print the error. Stream fail with error. Let's print the error. Finally, stream completed as usual. Okay, what's going on here? Book service, this one, book service throws an error. Okay, onErrorReturn, this one, catches the error and emits a single fallback value. Okay, what's that single fallback value? This one, default book, please try again later. Simple as that. So the stream completes normally after that. So there's no error is passed to a subscriber. No error is going to be passed to a subscriber. Simple as that. So let's run this program. Nice. Default book, please try again later. Default book, please try again later. This is what we get. Receive, okay. Default book, okay. Finally, stream completed. We don't see this message, and we don't see this message, of course, because this is just an error, runtime exception. This is what we were looking for. Thank you.